Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered if we're being watched? Right now, billions of kilometers away, something strange is following 3I/Atlas. The interstellar object, NASA says, is just another rock. But what if it's not? Imagine a silent shadow, invisible to telescopes most of the time, 9 mysterious objects trailing it like ghosts through the void. No one talks about them. NASA hasn't officially confirmed them. And yet, amateur astronomers across the globe are seeing patterns that can't be ignored. These aren't just random rocks drifting through space. They move with purpose, almost as if someone or something is guiding them. The thing is, 3I/Atlas itself was already an anomaly. Unlike comets from our solar system, it zipped past us at impossible speeds, changing trajectories as if it had intelligence. And now, these 9 mysterious followers appear like an invisible convoy, each object moving with eerie precision. Scientists are scratching their heads. Observatories are quietly recording data, but there's no official word, no press release, no acknowledgement that anything unusual is happening. Yet, in the cold vacuum of space, the truth doesn't hide. It whispers to those who look close enough. Think about it. If a rock from another star system can enter our solar system, isn't it strange that it would have companions? And what if these objects aren't natural? Some theorists suggest they could be probes. Others whisper about interstellar artifacts left behind by an unknown civilization. The possibility alone is enough to send shivers down your spine. Space is silent, but even in that silence, the universe can scream secrets. Secrets that NASA may prefer the public never hear. And here's the kicker. Telescopes trained on 3I/Atlas report sudden brightness shifts and small, sharp movements in the trailing objects, behaviors that can't be explained by gravity alone. It's almost as if the objects respond to an unseen force. Are they observing us? Are they protecting something? Or are they a warning? Each observation adds a layer to the mystery. And the deeper scientists dig, the more they realize they are looking at something that challenges everything we thought we knew about interstellar objects. One thing is certain, this is no ordinary visit from a distant rock. Something extraordinary is happening, and if NASA isn't telling the full story, then who will? The universe is showing us clues, one flicker at a time, and if we ignore them, we may never understand what's really out there. The story gets even stranger when you look at the numbers. 3I/Atlas isn't just moving fast, it's behaving in ways our physics textbooks didn't predict. Normally, objects entering our solar system follow predictable paths, shaped by gravity. But 3I/Atlas has tiny course shifts, subtle accelerations. And now, these 9 followers are mimicking its path almost too perfectly. Astronomers call this a co-orbital relationship. But in this case, the precision is almost impossible. Some describe it as choreography, a cosmic dance that seems deliberate rather than random. NASA's data, quietly posted in technical journals and observatory logs, shows something even more baffling. The 9 objects trailing 3I/Atlas aren't uniform. They vary in size, shape, and reflectivity. Yet, they all follow the same invisible rhythm, like clockwork. Telescopes equipped with spectrometers reveal unusual compositions, some metallic, some icy, some that defy easy classification. In other words, they are unlike the typical debris or fragments you'd expect from a comet. This is why amateur astronomers started noticing them before the mainstream media even knew what was happening. Here's where it gets controversial. A few independent researchers have suggested these objects could be artificial. Not just probes, but something far more sophisticated, intelligent satellites from beyond our solar system. They point to the way light glints off the objects in near-perfect intervals and how tiny course corrections appear to happen without any visible cause. If true, this would mean we are witnessing evidence of extraterrestrial engineering, and yet, NASA remains publicly cautious, framing everything as natural phenomena. Even more puzzling are the orbital mechanics. If these 9 objects were just following the laws of gravity, slight deviations over millions of kilometers would cause them to scatter. But they don't. They stick close to 3I/Atlas, almost as if they're tethered together by something unseen. Computer models that attempt to simulate their movement fail unless you assume some form of intelligent control. In a universe filled with randomness, that's a pattern that can't be ignored. And there's a human element, too. Amateur skywatchers around the world are comparing notes, photos, and data, piecing together the movement of these objects in forums and online communities. Many of their observations hint at anomalies that NASA hasn't officially commented on. Why? Because admitting to artificial behavior in an interstellar convoy could shake our understanding of space exploration, technology, and even our place in the cosmos. Here's a question for you. What if these objects are messages, or guardians, or even a map pointing to something beyond our reach? Imagine discovering, for the first time, signs of intelligence moving just beyond our solar system, and knowing the people with the resources to confirm it are staying silent. Before we go further, think about this. Could humanity be standing at the edge of a revelation? A cosmic secret almost within reach, yet deliberately kept hidden. The stage is set, the players are moving, and the universe is whispering a story that is impossible to ignore. If you're fascinated by these cosmic mysteries, comment below what you think these 9 objects really are. Could they be probes, artifacts, or something we can't even imagine? And don't forget to like and subscribe to uncover more hidden truths from the universe. Let's step back for a moment and really imagine what we're seeing. 9 objects trailing an interstellar visitor, moving with precision that defies gravity alone. At first glance, you might think it's just space debris. But that explanation falls apart when you consider the patterns. The spacing between these objects isn't random. They form lines, curves, and clusters that almost look intentional, almost like someone or something placed them there. Astronomers are calling them shadow companions because they're often invisible to regular telescopes, only appearing when sunlight hits them just right. Yet, when they do appear, the objects reveal strange reflective surfaces, almost like tiny mirrors glinting in the dark. It's not like a comet fragment scattering randomly. The behavior suggests control, or at least a deliberate arrangement. That's why some researchers have begun asking the question NASA rarely admits publicly. Could these be artificial? Artificial objects in interstellar space would be a game changer. Think about the implications. We've sent probes, yes, but nothing comes close to interstellar distances without decades, even centuries of travel. And yet here are objects following 3I/Atlas, appearing perfectly synchronized as if part of a single system. Some theories even suggest they could be surveillance devices, tiny scouts sent by civilization far beyond our reach. And the fact that they remain undisturbed, maintaining formation over millions of kilometers, is extraordinary. Now, let's add another layer. Observations show sudden bursts of light and motion that don't match natural physics. Some of the objects seem to react to the position of the others, adjusting their trajectories in real time. Gravity alone cannot explain these maneuvers. Could this mean we're witnessing a form of intelligence? Something that moves and adapts, even in the void of space. The challenge is confirmation. NASA's cautious statements frame everything as natural phenomena, yet the data quietly reveals anomalies. Spectral analysis indicates materials not typically found in comets, metals, alloys, maybe even compounds engineered for durability in the harshest environment imaginable. Independent researchers are poring over telescope logs, trying to reconcile the strange movements with physics, but many models fail without assuming some form of artificial intelligence. Imagine it. If these are artificial, we are seeing evidence of interstellar engineering for the very first time. And yet, the world might never officially know. Why? Because admitting the possibility of intelligent alien artifacts changes everything, from science to global security to how we see ourselves in the universe. Even scientists hesitate to state it publicly. It's a cosmic secret lurking in plain sight. And here's a thought that chills you. If 3I/Atlas is carrying these objects, what is its purpose? Observation? Protection? Communication? Or something else entirely? something we can't even comprehend yet? The universe has a way of showing us hints, teasing us with shadows in the void, and daring us to understand them before it's too late. Here's where things get truly mind-bending. In space, everything follows rules, Newton's laws, gravity, orbital mechanics. Or at least, that's what we've always believed. But the 9 objects trailing 3I/Atlas break those rules in subtle, unsettling ways. They move in patterns that shouldn't exist if only gravity is at play. At times, their paths curve too sharply, adjust too quickly, or remain perfectly aligned over vast distances. It's as if an invisible hand is guiding them. Astronomers tracking these objects have been stunned. Using data from powerful observatories around the world, researchers attempted to simulate the convoy in computer models. The result? The simulation fails unless you assume some kind of active control. Random drift, gravitational pull, and solar radiation pressure can't explain the precise formation or sudden maneuvers. In short, physics alone doesn't seem enough to account for what we're seeing. Even stranger are the interactions between the followers. When 3I/Atlas makes a tiny shift in its path, the trailing objects appear to react almost immediately, as if they are communicating silently across the void. Could this be coordination, intelligence, or a form of cosmic engineering so advanced it defies comprehension? It's hard to overstate the significance. If this is natural, it's unlike anything ever observed. If it's artificial, it's potentially the first interstellar fleet we've ever detected. NASA's official stance remains cautious, often attributing anomalies to measurement errors or minor gravitational effects. But independent astronomers continue to capture irregular light patterns, subtle accelerations, and reflective flashes that suggest these objects are more than mere fragments. Every new observation makes the anomaly more undeniable. These 9 shadows are moving with a purpose, and that purpose isn't being fully explained to the public. Now, let's consider the broader implications. If these objects are indeed artificial, their origin could be from a civilization capable of interstellar travel. That means intelligent life beyond our solar system might not just exist, it might be sending scouts, monitoring us, or leaving artifacts in a system we never expected to touch. And yet, most of the world remains unaware. Even within the scientific community, only a handful of experts are piecing together the evidence and asking the uncomfortable questions. And here's the cliffhanger. The more precise the object's movements, the more they hint at intelligence, but we still have no idea why they are here. Are they studying our sun, our planets? Or is this a warning? Every orbit, every glint of light, every shift in trajectory could be a message or a test. Something in this invisible dance is not random. And we're just beginning to realize that the universe might be trying to tell us something, if only we're brave enough to listen. What do you think? Are these objects natural anomalies or evidence of intelligent life beyond our solar system? Comment below with your theory, and make sure to subscribe to follow this unfolding cosmic mystery. While NASA remains careful with official statements, amateur astronomers are quietly rewriting the story. Around the globe, backyard telescopes are capturing glimmers of the 9 objects trailing 3I/Atlas, tiny flashes of light, sudden shifts in position, and formations that seem almost too precise to be natural. These observers, often dismissed by mainstream media, are providing a puzzle piece that scientists and the public can't ignore. One of the most fascinating aspects is how these objects appear only at certain angles. They are invisible in ordinary telescope scans, but shine when sunlight hits them just right. Observers report seeing clusters and patterns that seem deliberately arranged, moving like synchronized dancers through the vast emptiness of space. Some call it the ghost fleet because, for most of the day, these objects are completely undetectable. And yet, when they reveal themselves, the patterns are unmistakable. Spectroscopic data collected by dedicated amateurs adds another layer of mystery. Some of the objects reflect light in unusual ways, suggesting surfaces that are metallic or coated with materials unknown to natural comets or asteroids. Others show slight but deliberate movements that indicate a control system, not chaotic drift. Put simply, if these observations are correct, we're not looking at a random scattering of space rocks. We're looking at a coordinated formation unlike anything in our solar system. Even more intriguing are reports of sudden accelerations. Some objects appear to catch up to 3I/Atlas, as if following a predetermined path or responding to its motion. Amateur astronomers are logging these events meticulously, creating detailed timelines and models. Forums and social media groups are buzzing with speculation. Could this be a convoy of interstellar probes? Or maybe an artifact from a long-lost extraterrestrial civilization, passing through and leaving traces for us to find? The challenge for these amateur observers is verification. Many have multiple sightings, photos, and light curves, but without professional confirmation, it's easy for skeptics to dismiss the data. Yet, the consistency across observations is striking.